Hey everybody, how's it going? This is the Eggheads DFS Daily Podcast for January 23rd. This is Dan Walker. I've got Chris with me as always. What's up, man? How you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Good. Good.
Man, just we had a good night last night, on FanDuel and DraftKings opening night. It was a good start for us.
Yeah,
How
it
was
was. Yeah. Yeah. Marketing with the double OT for FanDuel was nice, man. I think he
yeah,
was sitting like right just short of value and he ended up, like 7 times by the time that got done. So
yeah, no, we needed that. We got a little bit of Anthony Davis in overtime, but I know he got 6 fouls
he
already
got
got.
fouled out. Yeah, and
Yeah, but
I don't think I'm ever playing Rubio again, but it didn't matter. We still
yeah,
cashed easy. We hit single entries, so that was cool.
yeah,
Pretty good stuff. If we would have went Grant on FanDuel like we did on DK, I'm pretty sure we would have won a lot of stuff. But
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
That's how it is.
it happens. Try to get variance on different sites. Try to,
Yeah,
play values. Pricing is different. Scoring is different. So you play some people on FanDuel that you don't on DraftKings and vice versa. So, but yeah, good night. We were looking
yeah,
at tonight's slate, 5 gamer, I believe it is.
yep. Five
We've
game
already
slate.
we've already got some news coming out already. I mean, I saw Porzingis is out, Kylo Quinn is out.
Yep.
I saw who else
Who
did I
else?
see was out? Oh,
Uh,
I think I saw something about the Kings gonna rest like Kufus and Hill maybe, and then
yeah.
I think
Uh,
maybe they're
Zach
playing.
Randolph is questionable,
Yeah,
so there's
yeah,
all that. There's some value,
yeah,
Sacramento opening up, with those guys.
yeah,
But
for
yeah,
sure.
a couple. Kawhi is obviously still out,
Yeah,
so
Lonzo's out. Gasol is out. That was the other big one I was trying to remember. And I think KCP. Did I just see he was probable? Yeah. Okay.
yeah, yeah, I think he's
Yeah,
probable.
he's
So
probable. So that kind of takes off Clarkson a little bit.
yeah,
Rudy Gay still out. Scal I saw was probable. Iggy I think is going to play. Jordan Bell
yeah,
tore something or hurt really bad.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
fine.
So I mean, some pretty good stuff early. I mean, obviously there's some more stuff that could probably come out, but let's jump into it. I guess we'll kind of touch on the chalk a little bit, or the projected chalk that we see.
Yeah,
DeJounte Murray, I mean, the guy got announced he's gonna, get a little bit more of a role. I think Pop said something like he was gonna do the best he can to play him as much as he can, as he sees how good he can be for the team. So, um, yeah, I like that announcement from Pop. I know people get popped all the time, but it normally happens like during the game without an announcement. So the fact that Popovich had a press conference and actually mentioned that he's going to play a guy more, I'm kind of curious to see how this plays out tonight. Um,
yeah.
what if Murray comes in and plays and just plays like shit and then gets benched? Like, did he get popped or did he just suck? You know?
I think he just sucked, but I think
Yeah.
I think they want to go this route. They kind of mentioned it before. Uh, that he's the new starting point guard for the team. This is his first game as being announced starting point guard for the team.
Yep.
So I think, when you make that announcement, even though it is Greg Popovich, he still has to have a little trust in the guy. He's got to have like a little bit of a leash. I know with Pop, you really don't get one, but
Yeah.
if he's going to go out and say about this guy, he's going to go out and, announce that he's the new starting, point guard. And, Tony Parker's been there forever, right? So I think this is a pretty big move on them. And I think the leash is going to be a little bit longer, than I would say, he gets, he gets Cleveland tonight, so it's a friendly matchup for him. I mean, it's all a good signs point for for him starting tonight. If I
Yeah.
was him, I'm excited about the opportunity to play against Cleveland and defenses.
I think he's going to be
Yeah,
chalked too. I think you
yeah,
take this one. I mean,
yeah. I
I
think
don't even want to really spend a lot of time on the kid. I mean, he's
yeah,
talented. I mean, I like watching him play.
he'll be in.
I like I like the announcement. I like the price. It's a 5 gamer. So if this was like a 12 game slate, I don't know if he'd be like kind of a lock like he is now. I don't think he would be, but
Yeah,
um,
lock him in.
I do like him tonight. I think you put him in. I think you just kind of
Yeah.
move on. And,
No.
the next guy we'll talk about, what does the Fox say? This guy, dude, he's been good the last two
Yeah.
DK points wise. The Utah game, man, God, he got beat up, man. He fouled out of the game. He still played 36 minutes, but he got kind of beat up in that matchup. But against Orlando, Elfrid Payton defense, as you like to call it. Man. I mean, listen, if the game's close, even if it's like a 20-point game, I think he's going to play 30 minutes minimum. I think he can get you 25 tonight against Elf Payton.
Yeah. I mean, this is a dream matchup, right? You're going up against Elf. Reason why I call it a dream matchup is not only is the matchup a dream matchup, the circumstances are also the same. I mean, they're going to play these young guys. They're going to give these young guys a run.
Yeah.
I think a lot of these young guys are going to be sort of blowout proof. Like they're going to play. I mean, they're not going to. I know you said George Hill.
Right.
They're not going to throw. I mean, obviously you said they might rest George Hill, but even if George Hill was playing tonight, they're not. If they're losing by 20, it's not going to say, okay, Fox Hill go out there. I mean, that's not what they're going to do. So these young guys, my right now, they're sort of blowout proof. I'm pretty heavy on Fox, man. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm like right there with Fox and Murray. So I mean, it's good. It's close for me. It is. I mean, just because I think like no matter what, this kid's going to play 30, 35 minutes. I mean, and I don't know what's worse, Peyton defense or the Cavaliers defense. I don't know, what you would deem as a better matchup, but I think they're both.
I mean, on paper, Orlando would be the better matchup. I can look. I don't know if they've gotten better over the last, week or something. But typically, they're top 5 worst DraftKings points allowed. But they have gotten better. So they're middle of the road. Just personally, I know Elfrid Payton's not a great defender, but yeah, I mean, I think you go here tonight. I'll piggyback off that. He's not on this, but I'll throw Elfrid Payton in a GPP just because Sacramento is the worst against point guards.
That's a very good call.
I'm not saying to use him in cash, but I mean, you might be able to get by with it if you're feeling ballsy enough. But I like Murray. I like Fox for cash. I'll probably throw Payton in a GPP. And I kind of like this game. Like, there's a couple young players in this game, man. Like, I mean, you think about it, like, you got Payton, Gordon, Fournier, Biyombo, and Simmons, right?
Yep.
Against like Fox, Heald, Bogdanovich, Scal, Cauley-Stein. Like, dude, all these guys are under like 26 years old.
This game's going to go sort of overlooked when you mention like those kind of second tier guys because everyone's going to throw in like a lot of the guys from either Cleveland. I think maybe not as much, maybe LeBron and maybe a little bit of Kevin Love, but a lot more of the Spurs players. So this game could sort of go relatively overlooked as far as like a game stack goes, or But I mean, you would think on the slate, this game is probably one of the safest, right, for minutes wise for these guys.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be one of those things where it's either going to be like these are two kind of bad teams and it's going to be a trash game, or it's going to be like one of those games where it's really fast and they're playing and nobody's playing defense, and I don't know what it's going to be, but I'll just say that I'll probably run a single entry GPP and this game, but. I mean, if you just look at rankings, you could probably throw out Peyton, Biyombo, and probably Gordon. And, the Kings are always, I guess, the worst against, point guard, small forwards, and centers. So typically those are the 3 guys you would focus around them.
So the entire basketball team.
Yeah, the entire team. Basically, and Orlando is typically, Orlando's typically point guard, but I guess Peyton's been better. They've been middle of the road defense. But if I was going that route, man, you could play the entire Kings starting 5. Like you could play Fox, you could play Lavisserie, whatever.
The the one I'm not going to say that I think Peyton's gotten better per se, but I've seen Augustine
Augustine, yeah.
play a lot more.
Yeah,
Kind of guard
I was actually thinking about that when I saw that they were worse against point guards when I looked at it earlier. His minutes are just all over the place. So like the
exactly.
against Minnesota, like Peyton was just playing horrid, and Augustine came in and finished the game. And in these games, Peyton played a little better, so Augustine didn't get run. So
yeah, no, for
the
sure.
DFS side of things, I don't think there's any stats because I'm a big numbers guy. I don't think there's any stats I can look into of predicting if Elfrid Payton's going to play bad today. But I wish I had that crystal ball, but I don't. Yeah, I like that game stack for GPPs. I like Murray Fox guards for cash, and with the Porzingis O'Quinn news out, we look at the man, the myth, the legend, Michael Beasley. Price is down still. It was slowly like trending down, and then he dropped like a 43-point game because I think he filled in, and then it went down, back to 59 because he put up 2 games where he's playing a bench role with THJ back, right?
Yeah, it's a huge.
And now O'Quinn and Porzingis are out, which is the starting power forward and the backup power forward / center.
Yeah.
So this one, like, I think he's going to be pretty chalky, and I actually like if he starts in this game because I think
he gets his, man.
Call me crazy, Chris, but I think your Knicks could hang in this game for a little while if Beasley starts because he's like an athletic guy.
Yeah. No,
like if they run out, if they run out THJ, Beasley, Courtney Lee, Jack, and Cantor, dude, I think they could hang for a little while.
Yeah, no, and Beasley's one of those guys who kind of gets his too, right? Like he's kind of, I don't want to say he's a selfish basketball player, but
he's a basketball player. Yeah,
he kind of is, and for DFS, that's great. I mean,
yeah,
this is a kind of a chalky spot. I'm actually not totally in love with the spot, but it's chalky, and I mean, I understand it. So
yeah, I'm not in love with it either. I mean, if you wanted to fade this, you could. I just think it's going to come with some risk of ownership, and we know what Michael Beasley can do. So, if the Michael Beasley that shoots 20 times when he's in the game and gets rebounds and assists comes out, you're dead. But I mean, if you want to fade him in a single entry GPP, yeah, go ahead. I don't have a problem with that. But yeah, so I think we kind of covered Beasley and where he's going to be at, and we can talk about the other chalk tonight, Marcus Aldridge. I mean, we do these videos quite a bit, and I'm just going to say it again. Like when Kawhi Leonard's out, just play Marcus Aldridge, especially on a 5-game slate.
we're just
I know he had not a great game against Indy the last game, but I mean this guy's usage is insane. Cleveland's not great against bigs, so they've gotten a little better, but I really like the spot for Aldridge. I will most likely play him and not even think twice about it. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so he's a lock, obviously. I mean, for cash, the usage is insane. It's the highest in the slate again. I mean, it just makes sense. He's going to be owned. He's going to be probably the top 3 highest, one of the highest owned players on today's slate. I'm like a broken record, but Pop said before about giving him more, more opportunities to kind of run the offense through him. So I just think this is the spot to go to tonight. I think a lot of the better DFS players are going to go there and not just kind of lock them in. So
yeah,
I think you kind of just do the same and move on. Don't even think twice about it.
Yep. And then last guy we've got here is Russell Westbrook. So I'm not really in love with this spot tonight for Russ. I know we kind of talked about it a little bit. I mean, obviously he's 11-8, and it's a great matchup against Brooklyn, right? But the spread really worries me as far as if Brooklyn stays in the game. But this might be a play where I just like my line better with Westbrook in it because I don't know. I mean, I guess you could look, at getting some of the Golden State guys, but I think Curry's overpriced on DK. I like him on FanDuel, but I think Kyrie's a nice play, but I just don't know I don't know if I want to take the risk fading Westbrook to pay down $2,000 for someone else who may or may not be in a decent spot. When I also think Westbrook is going to be quite owned in cash as well.
Yeah, so I think with the value out there, with the Kings value, with Murray's value, I think everyone's going to kind of lock in Westbrook. I'm not bored with you here, man. It worries me a little bit. For some reason, I just feel like if Paul George comes out at the end of the first quarter and puts up like 13 points, that we might be in like a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Because so he's kind of expensive, obviously, but yeah, man, he's on my radar, dude. Right, him and Aldridge are my my two highest paid players on my team tonight. But definitely talk me out of it. But like you said, I like that just having him, man. The upside is just insane. And one thing I will say, the Nets have been playing like better basketball as of late. So we just need this game to be like relatively close for like 3.5 quarters. And
no, I agree. Yeah, and like I said, I think it's just going to be a matter of what your comfort level is and what you're filling out. But I have a feeling when I look at the numbers tonight and I kind of play with the last, I don't know, 3, maybe even 2 spots that I'm looking at, I think it's really just going to determine what I'm comfortable with as far as maybe upside or safety of who I fill in around that person. So if I feel better with playing a Kyrie Irving and I don't know, Paul George combo or something, maybe I go that route, but I don't know if I do. But
I mean, and obviously we always kind of say, it's 4:00 almost in the afternoon. The NBA obviously makes a ton of changes, and our lineups can change literally, guys. Like we said in 5 minutes. So, just kind of be ready to get your lineups in. Kind of, last minute because we don't control when the news comes out, and it's been like a whirlwind this year with the injuries and guys sitting and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it is, man, and it's frustrating because it's almost one of those things where it's like it feels like a purposeful like conspiracy theory sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been one to think that, but lately I've been really thinking
it's crazy, man. I mean, we were talking last night. 20 minutes before the slate, right? And it's like, man, I really want to play Cousins and Jarrell Martin, but Martin's questionable, and I can't play Jarrell Martin because he's questionable. And then I swear, like 5-6 minutes after, it's like Jarrell Martin's starting. It's like, come on,
Yeah.
But that's NBA. We do the best we can, and we basically put the best line we can together with the most safety and the most upside, which sometimes can be difficult, but it worked out for us last night. Is there anybody else you want to touch on tonight? I've got my one guy. I kind of mentioned him briefly earlier. He's kind of my boy at center. Bismack Big D Biombo here. Dude, this guy. So I only play this guy in single entry GPPs. Really, it's the only time I ever play him. But I only really play him against when he plays centers. And I think tonight, like I don't know, like just looking at what Howard did to the Kings,
Yeah.
I don't see how they. What's that?
He's going to see about 7 different centers tonight too.
Well, that's the thing. Like if he comes out and it's Willie Cauley-Stein that he goes up against first, right? Like Willie Cauley-Stein's more athletic center, so I get that. But say Biombo comes in and gets, I don't know, 5-6 boards, couple points, maybe a steal or a block, and then the next time he's supposed to come in, like Kufis is in, or someone else is freaking like Papagiannis is in there. I think he played 20 minutes last night. They played 4 guys last night at center against Howard. Yeah. And I'm not saying Biombo is Howard. Don't get me wrong. Okay, I'm not saying. But Biombo is a very, very dominating presence when he wants to be against people that actually play center. So
that's a good point.
We'll see. I'm not going to play him in cap, but I will.
Yeah, I would
absolutely put him.
You know what? but I'm kind of working on a GPP that I might have him and Kyrie sort of in kind of together. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's a good call. I mean, that makes sense, right? I mean, what Howard did to him last night is same thing that Biombo could do tonight to them, maybe on a little bit lesser scale. Maybe on the scoring side, but he could
Yeah.
easily match Howard in rebounds if he gets the minutes. So,
Yeah, that's always the thing with Biombo is if he gets
um,
minutes, we always say that. And we don't know.
yeah,
That's why we can't play the guy in
yeah,
cash. We don't know if he's going to play 20 minutes or he's going to play 30 minutes or what. But
yeah, yeah.
anybody
So,
else
but
you want to throw out tonight or just for the people?
no, no, man, I think we kind of hit on it. I mean, I know, like, the one guy we didn't talk about is the best basketball player in the world. Is LeBron James. I know you're kind of, a huge supporter of his. But
Not currently.
I mean, whether or not we want to talk about it or we want to roster him, he's going to be on people's radar just because who he is and the name recognition and the kind of spot he's in. Guess between him and Westbrook, I'm kind of leaning Westbrook, but I mean,
Yeah.
it kind of makes sense to go LeBron if you wanted to go LeBron. I got no issue with that, and that could change, dude. I mean, like I said, 2 hours from now.
Yeah. At this juncture, I do not mind LeBron on FanDuel,
Yeah,
where I think you've got some good value tonight, and small forward's always a little weak on FanDuel.
yeah, it's really bad tonight.
I do not mind him over there at this moment.
Yeah,
I do not like him on DraftKings. And the last time I said he was going to get 50 points, he put up 30. So if I say he's going to get 40 tonight, he's going to get 70. So, if you're playing in GPP, play LeBron because he's always going to do the opposite of what I think he's going to do. But
yeah,
yeah,
that's a good.
I just
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I don't really love the matchup for him. He's been playing like crap lately, and
yeah.
I don't think I'm
Oh,
going to pay, almost $11,000 in cash for a guy who is coming off 30-point games and his team looks like, you know
yeah.
what?
I just I just wonder. I kind of called it like last game. I thought they were going to come out, because the Tyronn Lue stuff that they're going to come out and fire, and they did, and obviously they let the Magic back in the game, and
He didn't do it. The last two games we have watched the Cavs, he doesn't do anything.
he really doesn't. He doesn't he doesn't get like overly involved for a guy you would pay
There was a
11
point there
mil.
where Isaiah Thomas scored like 10 points in a row. He didn't do anything. He didn't get an assist. He
Yeah,
didn't get he didn't do anything.
yeah. I did a video earlier, and I kind of talked about like Isaiah Thomas kind of taking a little bit of his usage away on the court that we
Yeah.
maybe didn't expect. But I mean, if you kind of look at who Isaiah Thomas is as a basketball player, I mean, he's an MVP candidate, a ball dominant point guard, a shoot first point guard, right? So I mean, these guys really don't change their MO. I mean, it's very hard for them to change who they are.
Yeah.
Even going team for team situations, they just know what they are, and then what got them there, so they kind of stick to that. So,
Agreed.
um,
Agreed. Yeah. No. I see both sides of it. I just don't think I'm gonna go there tonight for cash. But that's I mean
yeah,
it's
yeah,
3:45 right now. So I mean things could change. Someone could get Westbrook could not play.
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, right. Yeah,
So
we don't really know. That's why, like we kind of said, before we get off here real fast, utilize the chat. We're kind of in there,
mhm.
and just be patient with lineups, guys. I know, we have got some. Obviously, everyone's a new customer, but we'll do the best we can to get you guys the information as fast as we can. But
Yeah.
the NBA is just
Yeah.
the NBA is just brutal. I mean, it's just
It
it's
is.
just tough. I mean,
It's a different animal, man. I mean,
yeah,
we're about to post our NHL lineups, and it's 3:45, and
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
Nothing's gonna change.
I've got a really good NBA line that I really like right now, but I'm not about to post it just because I know right when I
Yeah,
do something's going to come out. So yeah, I mean, you can follow us on Twitter at DFS Eggheads, and if you have any
yeah,
questions, you want to join, whether a paid sub or just to join the Slack, just see what
yeah.
people are
What we're all
talking about,
about,
discuss
and
the line. Yeah,
we still got the free chat, so
yep, and
still doing NHL
free
lines.
hockey lines this week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for the rest of this week. So if you guys have any questions, hit us up on Twitter, and good luck tonight, man.
yeah, sounds good. Thanks, you too.
Yeah, man. I'll talk to you soon.
Yep, take care.